Okay, so a lot of you have seen the pencil sketch for this little picture. I'll show him to you, he's just under there. And this little video today is going to be me basically tracing my pencil sketch. But that's, so when I do my pencil sketches, obviously that's not, I mean you could colour that in just as it is, but it's got a lot of little different lines to give the basic outline of it. But to make the colouring pages, I go over it in single black lines, and I use my light board, which you will see in a moment when I turn it on how helpful it is. Oh no, it's not turning on, hang on. Just, there we go. Now you can see what was underneath shining through, which helps me draw it. So with this picture I've been using, so I like to use Unipin. A lot of people prefer Staedtlers, but I find Staedtlers on the type of paper that I like to do my inking on, they bleed quite a lot, and really the only paper that Staedtlers don't bleed on is, so the only paper that I found that the Staedtler pens don't bleed heaps on is the Daler-Rowney layout paper, which is what Johanna Basford uses in her for her drawing and in her videos and tutorials. And she swears by Staedtler, she swears by Daler-Rowney, but honestly, when I've tried all the different combinations together, Unipin works well on a lot of different papers, but Staedtler works best versus Unipin on the Daler-Rowney, but Staedtler basically sucks on every other paper, is what I've found. But if you want to do drawings yourself, then it's up to you either what you already have or what you plan to purchase, if you like the look of her stuff compared to my stuff by way of how the inking looks when it's done, then it's all up to you entirely. But yeah, so I like to use Unipin, and for this picture I've got 3 different sizes. So I've got 0.2, which is what I use for, so I've used it for the turtles and I've used it for the outline waves, and I've been using 0.1 for basically for everything else. It's a little thinner, so the main pictures or the main animals or features in the picture are just that little bit more pronounced by using a slightly thicker line marker. I've also got a 0.05, which is half the size of the 0.1s. I haven't really used it yet, but I'll show you a little bit of, so if you can see the little circles in that little ocean plant, probably would have been good to have used the 0.05, but I mean I got away with using the 0.1, and it's a little bit annoying to move back and forth between lots of different ones, so I try to decide beforehand what needs what size, what needs to be more pronounced, what needs to be a bit finer. You can also see in my little coral section, it probably would have been better to use a 0.05, but I've done quite a bit of it now, so if I'm just a bit lighter on the touch with a 0.1, then I think it should be alright. But perhaps in the future, when I've got something smaller and more delicate, I will be using the 0.05. Alright, now let's get to the point of this video today, which is adding a bit more to this drawing. So I've already done, actually what I'll start with is my little turtle. So I don't know if you saw him before. I was experimenting on what to do with the fins, because I didn't actually have anything on, oh well, I had a kind of little tester underneath, but I didn't really know what to do. And I probably shouldn't have put it down straight in ink, but I tested out doing some blotches just on the outside, moving in, getting smaller as they went in and dissipating, and I think it looks really nice on that guy, even though you can't see the full composition with the tortoise shell on the back of his shell. But what I thought I might do, or start with, is doing that design on this guy who doesn't have it yet. So I'll just take off my watch. I always wear it on my right hand, which is my dominant drawing hand, and it gets in the way so often. I'll just start, just lighten that up. Alright. So on the other one, what's this one? This is 0.1. On the other one, I was doing about 3 bigger splotches that kind of blended over the edge of his fin in just random shapes. And then I was doing either 2 or 3 smaller ones to go inwards. So in my pencil sketch, I think you will have seen my little trial with the other one. I was doing basically this, but with the shapes that are on their shells. And it did, like, I thought it looked alright, but I also thought this might be a nice shape as well. Does his tail need it? If I do it on one, I've got to do it on all of them. I'll leave his tail alone for now. I can always come back and add it. Or at the end, I can then go to my pencil sketch and try it on my pencil sketch and see how it looks. There we go. Little fins are done. Alright, I'll go to this little plant here. Oops. Usually when I'm inking, I just turn my light board around a lot, but to be able to see everything I'm doing, I've set up my phone for filming in a particular, it's just sitting on top of, I think you can see it just in the edge of the shot. I've sat it on top of something, so I can't really, I've ordered a thing that'll help me with the placement of my phone and the lighting when I'm filming, but I only ordered it like 3 days ago. things like that usually take a couple of weeks to arrive. So hopefully the next video will be a lot nicer. Do with that one. So I couldn't just leave that one because it's got to connect with the little point downwards, but when I scan it into the computer I'll just erase that little bit. I've just got to remember to do that. So when this picture eventually goes up onto the website, just have a look out for that one and make sure that I've erased it, because I wouldn't want to forget that. What I like about hand drawing all of this, instead of, so many people ask me like, oh, have you tried doing digital artwork? Well, digital artwork looks so much better, so much crisper. And I just, honestly, that's what turns me off it. I don't like how crisp and it just looks too perfect, like too fake. Hand drawing, you can see little mistakes, you can see little wobbles, and in nature and in life things aren't always perfect, and I just, it's more aesthetically pleasing to me to see something that's a little bit wobbly and has a little bit of an imperfection, rather than those super clean lines and a perfect circle. I'd rather see a wobbly circle, because even circles in real life are a bit wobbly. Even the earth isn't a perfect circle, because it's mainly made of water. The inertia of spinning and rotating makes the water bulge out in the middle, so it's kind of like a smushed oval sphere. It's not a perfect circle. I don't think any circles are perfect. Maybe one or two by chance, but natural circles are never consistently 100% circular. I might end it there because I've got more corals over here, but as you can see I haven't filled in like the specifics of the corals, so I like deciding that as I go along and looking at like other references, like the things I've already done, and try to do not too many the same but not too different. So it's a little bit harder to free draw them. Plus I like doing it the other way around, which, I mean, I've set up the filming the wrong way. So that's it for now. those extra couple of things are now inked in, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this little, I wouldn't call it a tutorial, but like a little explanation and showing of how I do what I do and why. Thank you.